JJAKJI, some PvT action. As we have to the bottom right hand side, our red diamond player from KT Roster in this team kill. It's going to be JJAKJI. His opponent to the top left hand side, also from KT Roster, is going to be the blue pros player, Trust. You were watching the Star Ladder stream, but they have another 30-minute break, so no problems there. Yeah, so I was actually just in the Skype chat a little while ago, and it was kind of crazy. They were saying like, hey, we've got the players, we've got them set up, they can start, but the organisers don't want us to. The organisers want us to wait because there's a schedule for like the Chinese streams or whatever. The organisers want us to wait and stick to schedule, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of silly. It's kind of stupid. But if it's what the organisers who are putting the money into it want, then what can you really do? It's because their focus is actually on broadcasting to the Chinese scene, I think, and so they don't care so much about the foreign streams and so on, which is obviously kind of dumb. But well, what can you say? What can you do? Not really too much, I guess. Just gotta sort of deal with it. PvT game number 1 of a best of 3. King Sejong Station as the map, and we'll have a look to see how exactly this is going to go over the next few minutes. See what sort of direction it's going to go in. Whether we're going to see any aggression from either play, or if it's going to be fairly passive from both. A lot of different possibilities nowadays in the PvT. We've been seeing a lot of aggressive kind of Terran openings and stuff like that, but at the same time, we've been seeing a good mixture of things from the pros players too, whether it's been aggressive openings, passive openings, fast free bases with super fast mid-game aggression, with kind of Stalker and Adepts. So many different ways to play out this matchup right now. Best way to do this is probably just to watch, wait, and just see what comes over the next few minutes of the game. So, wait, are we casting from replays? Yes, we are. So these are the matches we missed on Thursday and Friday due to casting WESG / playing Minesweeper, waiting for WESG matches. So these are the matches which we missed over the last couple of days. We're going to be catching up on all of these matches, Groups A and B tonight. It's going to be 12 best of 3s in total. This is our second of 12. So plenty of StarCraft action. I'm glad to be able to bring it to you all, obviously. It's always great. I mean, it's always a sad thing when we have a couple of different events that overlap or something. But it's always nice when we can show up and bring you guys coverage of... Yeah, it's always nice when we can bring you guys the coverage of them anyways afterwards. I was just going to see Deb just sitting on the ramp here. JJAKJI was scouting early. I mean, there's not really been much to see of the SCV so far, and it will get pushed away before we can pick up too much further information. So, I'm just going to see 4 Marines moving on the map, looking as though they might want to try and catch an Adept off guard or so. Adept will pick up the kill on the SCV. The shot from the Mothership Core helping it to be 2-shot rather than 3-shot by the Adept. He's going to come into the middle though, and look at this, they're going to find themselves a Mothership Core. Incredible. Now Trust is going to abuse the ledge here a little bit to try and get away with this. He is able to pull away from the ledge, so yeah, this is turned out to be a little bit better for him than it initially looked, but this is still somewhat troublesome. 2 more Marines come in, the Mothership Core goes down before it recalls. Not often you see a recall getting cancelled by the kill, but JJAKJI catches Trust way off guard here, and this is fantastic for him. Taking down the Mothership Core, well, it has to be rebuilt. That's 100 gas, and obviously loses a lot of the energy it had on it as well, so it does mess Trust up to some extent. It will definitely have an impact on his build, and maybe his safety going into the later stages of the game. So, because these Marines continue to come in towards the top side of the map from JJAKJI, looking to see what direction they can move in here in the near future. Whether they can go up that natural ramp, well, I don't think so. I mean, yes, he killed the Mothership Core. Well, I guess no. I guess the second and third gateway aren't up just yet, which means he probably can push him quite aggressively. Mothership Core taking damage again. Now the probe's taking some damage. Wouldn't mind just walking across the map. Not often you see the Wouldn't mind just walking across. You're going to see the Adept gets taken down. Wouldn't mind pulls right in the mineral line here. Observe it on the way up. Mothership Core has a pylon at the back to work with if he wants it. As 3 workers killed so far, not bad. Wouldn't mind going to unburrow, reburrow. Just a little bit further away. Doesn't want to go off on just 1 pro. Mothership Core going to go down to the Wouldn't mind there though. That's a little bit of a mistake by Trust. He's just a little bit all over the place right now. He's being pulled apart by this early aggression. 6 workers killed, and an Adept and a Mothership Core for the second time. And it's effective in its first little push. I mean, you talk about a Widowmine drop, which is what that basically was without the medevac, because it just walked across the map. And yeah, I mean, you sort of think of it like that, and then all of a sudden, boom, like, you lose so much. Usually Widowmine drop, sometimes you get a good few workers killed, but I'd say 6 is like on the upper end of the kind of where you want to be with that. So that's really nice. Worked out well. This Widowmine's going to go huge as well, isn't it? Kaboom. 10 worker skill. You can just see it. Trust. The indecision as to which direction he should start going in. The target fire from JJAKJI. And it was very close, but it was still in range to be able to connect onto those probes and to clean up a whole bunch more. All of a sudden, JJAKJI is so far ahead from the early aggression here in this game. He's been playing this out really well, really solidly. No real mistakes from him, just clean, simple play. The mistakes have been from Trust, and it's JJAKJI that's abusing those as the Observer is not in position in the main base. Widowmine goes off again. That's going to be a Stalker kill. It's going to be a Stalker kill. Incredible. And another Stalker goes down, maybe to the Marines. Getting very low. 1 HP there for that Stalker. Still just about alive. He's going to drop back in. He kills it. Lifts up, backs away. Widowmine still in the main base mineral line. Where's that Observer? Finally coming back in. Took a long time to do it, though. Warp Prism across the map, going to bring these Stalkers into play. And he's going to try and blink up in towards the main base. But look how much is waiting for him. So many Marines and Marauders. There go the Stalkers. They're going to try and target down the Tech Lab. Oh, Stimpack. Stimpack will be targeted down. So he loses Stimpack. That's actually pretty nice. JJAKJI just has so many bio units. So he losing Stimpack sucks, but I mean, he can restart it. Yes, it slows him down a little bit, but he's still 14 workers ahead with double Mule on his side. On top of that, 15 army supply ahead. Not having Stim is annoying, yes, but it's still not going to be the end of the world here for the immediate future. As I'm going to see another blink up into the natural expansion. Force field will go down on this, and the Medivacs will actually turn back home with these units. And the Stalkers are probably going to have blink out of here very soon. He's actually going to commit to this fight, though. Another few Adepts warping in to try and help, well, with the damage, with the tanking. As we see, units now coming out from the main base, too. Trust's just going to type out GG. Even though he was being the aggressor there, he just realizes it's not doing enough damage. So he types out the GG, and that's game number 2 right now. No issues, no mishosts, or anything like that. As we have to the bottom right, the Red Terran player. It is JJAKJI. Up 1 game in the best of 3, not bad. Just solid play in the early stages of the first game there. As we have to the bottom left-hand side, our blue Protoss player. Let's hear it, guys, if you're cheering on Trust. Whoop, whoop. Let's go Trust. Let's try and make this a 3-game series. Would love to see some of these best of 3s go into all 3 games. Even if we've got a lot of them to cast, it'd be nice to just be able to, yeah, see some longer series. Especially so far, we've seen some pretty fast games. I don't think we've seen a game pass even, I think it's been 6 minutes for every game so far. I don't think we've seen a game go past the 7-minute marker. Let's see if our 4th map of the day is going to give us something which will go past that 7-minute mark. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I mean, it's New Gettysburg, so that's a pretty good start if you're looking for a longer game, most definitely. Let's talk a little bit about New Gettysburg. What could we possibly see as an opening here? Well, one of the main things we might see from Trust as a bit of a change-up could very well be the early Stargate rather than Twilight Council. The Twilight Council gives you a lot of access to upgrades such as Blink. Not really useful in New Gettysburg, a map which only has really one main dropping location. It's not really useful because New Gettysburg is a map which does not really allow for a lot of different locations to blink into the main base. In fact, there's basically none. So Stargate Play would be something a bit more familiar. What I haven't mentioned is actually we've already seen a double gas out of our Protoss player. So he goes double gas, and as he goes into double gas, we're going to be seeing him just heading on up into a position now where he's going to be able to drop that Stargate super fast. So I think it is definitely going to be a Stargate at this point with this piling location over here. And a lot of aggression super early in the game as we jump into game number 2. Trust trying to bounce back. Now the Reaper going across the map is going to be the first scout of the game from JJAKJI. It's going to be the first time he recognizes that there is not a natural expansion, that this is not a 2-base play out of Trust, that this is a 1-base attempt from him. So that's something he's going to realize. I mean, the Zealot moving across the map as well is already a bit strange, so he should start to realize here that something's a little bit off. He himself is going into kind of a 3-Racks follow-up here. Ooh, so no factory to kind of play with, no Cyclone on the way up or anything, and well, we're actually just going to be seeing just the 1 Reaper that's out. So 1 Reaper out, that's about it. 2 bunkers start up on the high ground as he gets ready to fight against those pylons. It's a good response. I actually quite like it as a response. I think it's probably one of the better responses he could have come up with, because this way, he is going to have those bunkers. He'll have something to sort of keep units safe while in range of the pylons and working his way against them. The Zealot will get blasted here, and the Adept coming across the map as well, and the Oracle is on the way now from that proxied Stargate. Trust again completely committing into this. We'll see if he goes for an expansion next or whether it is going to be just a couple more gateways or so. Also going to be seeing Zealot just moving up the ramp, the Adept as well. SCVs get pulled in to repair, but an overcharge should target down those SCVs. And he's doing a good job of it, man. Look how much damage he's doing. 4 workers killed already, 2 more Marines pop out. They jump into this bunker and they are going to get rid of the pylon. Motion Core maybe getting some damage done. He's actually going to take down the Zealot first. So Zealot goes down. Motion Core now taking some damage. He's going to jump into the bunker on the other side. I mean, the good thing is that, yeah, he lost some workers, but he didn't lose his reactor. He didn't lose his pylon, his depots here, which is oftentimes the case. But there's the Oracle coming in, and 5 kills on the Oracle. Very successful so far. The natural expansion is still under fire. 2 Marines jump into the bunker to keep on working over here. And we're actually going to see an overcharge coming down. Feels confident that he can actually kill it. So he's going to get rid of this bunker. SCVs pull in, so he is going to be able to keep this alive for a little bit longer. And time for the overcharge to maybe start targeting SCVs once again, like we saw previously. As JJAKJI continues this defense, and well, it comes out about 4 or 5 workers behind. He has got a Reaper across the map, which just picked up a kill or 2. So, I mean, he's got bits and pieces. As, oh no, it's the Oracle once again, though. It comes in a second Oracle now. 5, 6 kills. That is going to make the difference. I mean, before 3 or 4 workers deficit is, well, it's not nothing, but the Mule helps a lot against it when he's gone double base as well compared to 1 base. It's sort of okay. Being 9 workers behind, as your opponent's natural is finishing as well, is a pretty weak position. I was going to see the Mothership Core this time does recall home in time before he gets shot down by Marines. A Void Ray now being built out of Trust as well, going to continue being aggressive here. The Void Ray actually something which is fairly common on new Gettysburg as a way to actually defend. If you put the Void Ray down in this location here, across here, when it's the only drop-in location you oftentimes see, it will have a good chance to pick off medevacs as they try to fly in and they try to get damage done. So that's sort of a possibility as Trust. With these couple of Oracles coming over to the right-hand side, and looks as though you're going towards the main natural expansion as well. Picks off a Mule here nice and quickly, an SCV going down too, and another SCV all on top of that. Marines coming in, just pushing those couple of Oracles away right now. These couple of Oracles just being pushed back, and you can see a cancel there on the bunker, or salvage there on the bunker. Reaper's still just sat over to the left-hand side, and yeah, a couple extra gateways just going to be continuing to warp on in. So a couple extra gates continue to come into play right now. Just still setting up into this. We got 4 gates in total. A grenade goes down. And the Reaper's going to pick off another probe or 2. So again, a little bit more damage done here. JJAKJI's still trying to stay in this. I just wonder if he's going to have a way to defend. I mean, we see Warping Sauna coming across the map. Gateway coming up here as well to help with this. I mean, this is going to be aggression out of Trust. You can see how many sentries he's warping in. Gives you an idea as to just how aggressive it's going to be. He's already on 4 gates with the 5th one about to finish. He's got a lot of production here. You know, he's got a lot of stuff he can warp in with. Marines moving forwards on their own, well, that's not safe, because if they get force fielded in half, the Oracles, well, everything will have a very good time against them. The round of Adepts coming in now as well. It should be a round of Adepts anyways. That's going to be pretty nice. This is the pylon's apparently out of range of the gateway, so it is a slow warp in. Realizes that and warps in a little bit faster from a distance now instead, as you can see the force fields coming down to them. Pick off a Marine to begin with, nothing too major. Still plenty of force fields available. The Adepts will want to try and get in the front to deal that damage. Don't want to be stuck behind the sentries, which are good for the force fields, but not too good for doing damage on their own. Stim comes in because it was a fairly early 3-racks build, so Stim is quite fast here. Is there enough Marines though? SCV's been pulled in to help tank, and it's just the Marines that are disappearing. The Void Rays still stick around in the sky. This turret goes down. The natural expansion is broken. Trust will take game 2 because there's nothing for JJAKJI left anymore to really hold this off. 12 workers down. A third of the supply of his opponent in terms of army. This is going to be GG, and Trust is going to be taking the second game, tying up this series 1 game apiece. So Trust not going to let this go easily. Going to fight for this. Going to really fight for this. So he's going to take game 2 in JJAKJI. And is it going to be going the way of our Terran play? He spawns to the top left side of Frozen Temple in the red. It is JJAKJI. In this, Katie rolls to team kill against his teammate to the lower right hand side. 2 of the players on here are maybe on their superstar players, but are still fairly well known and had fairly successful years. Bottom right, it is Trust, our Blue Cross player. Setting up in the game 3, Frozen Temple, a map which, well, it's standard. We see it a lot, and it has become a very interesting one in the TVP because of the aggressive builds we've been seeing from Terran players recently, and the option to go into that sort of stuff and in that sort of direction. You can see that refinery finishing up. So refinery finishes up here, and we are just going to be seeing the barracks building on the main base. So barracks building in the main, and this probe still just moving around from Trust, having a little bit of a look around to see what's up, see what's happening. pylon drops down to the side, and that's actually the side of Trust space here, so it's an interesting one. He is double gas before the expansion, so it is aggressive. JJAKJI is yet to show us what exactly he's planning. Okay, now he's going to move down to the low ground, so he is going to build a command center here himself. So he's going to build that command center in a few moments, and what's Trust going to build over here? It looks like a Twilight Council or something along those lines. More so than, say... Yeah, I mean, it looks more so like a Twilight Council than anything else, right? I mean, it's not going to be a Stargate, surely. If you wanted to hide a Stargate, it's better off hidden up here or up here, so... It's an interesting one. JJAKJI comes in, he sees no Nexus. That's already a late Nexus, so he already sort of knows that something he has to be cautious of not being there. So he knows there's no Nexus around. There's the Robo facility now starting out of Trust. So Robotics facility has started, and it's on the way up here. About 25% of the way done already, coming up to being about halfway done in the near future. SCV just moving up the right hand side, and Reaper moving around as well. So we were just having a look around and seeing what's up. I mean, building a bunker early at the front as well, just getting safe. Engineering bay makes sense as well, because he doesn't know exactly what it is going to be. And he just wants to cover all his options, all his bases, make sure that anything that might come his way, he's going to be prepared for. Turrets help him against Stargates, helps him against DTs. The bunker will help him against frontal pushes with just a lot of gates early, maybe even that, even that kind of immortal push, which is the most likely to see coming in here. Be interested to see what does happen off the Robo, whether it's going to be, say, an Immortal coming out, or whether he'll just go for the Warp Prism. It's interesting, it's different. As this Reaper comes down the south side, he's actually going to find the Robo facility, JJAKJI. So he is going to see this, he finds that probe, he can pick that off for free. Yes, that's going to be a nice little kill, and, well, he's going to be able to maybe work his way through that pylon, but shouldn't be able to kill it. And I think he recognizes that as well. Actually, the Stalker already out here, pushing that Reaper away without too much of an issue at all. So Reaper going to be pushed away up the left-hand side of the map. And Marine's going to be jumping into that bunker here. CC on that natural expansion as well. And just going to be seeing the starport building up in the main base. Factory just building the tech lab, and you do just see the Robo Bay is on the way down in the natural expansion too. Stalker from Trust is joining up. Another Stalker as well. Looks like going to join up and see what's happening. Reaper from JJAKJI still moving around, still looking to see what's happening. Hops down over to the left hand side, and again, 3 more gateways just going to be coming in, setting up, and getting ready to go. So these 3 gates are going to be finishing, and again, just the Stalker poking away at that Reaper, pushing it off over to the left hand side. So Reaper gets pushed away to the side, more Stalkers coming in. It's the Robo Bay that really just gets me. Is this going to be like a disruptor drop from the get-go? Why hide the Robo facility? It's such a weird thing to sort of hide. I mean, yes, it came in early, but he's not really done anything with it. I mean, the Warp Prism's across the map, but he's not really doing too much damage with it. I mean, you know, JJAKJI doesn't have to take too many precautions against a Warp Prism that he hasn't taken already. It's just interesting overall kind of how this is being played out. So, you see the Warp Prism kind of getting stuck on the left-hand side of his base, but just microing as much as he can before he knows he has to get out of there. Cyclone lock-ons being cancelled by the Warp Prism pickups. It's one of the very powerful things about the Warp Prism. And the Stalkers, of course, against Cyclones and against all units, really. It's actually just going to take now to kill 5, 6 workers and maybe even a couple more. They're still trying to get up the ramp in time to get away. I see Stalkers still in range and picking off Marines from the side. JJAKJI messing up a lot here, taking a lot more damage than he should ever really take. As we're going to be seeing the Cyclone going down as well. He has a bunker up in the main base. I mean, at this point, though, it's crazy because this isn't even that much damage that's being done. You're going to see these units that are low in health now. They have to be picked up and back away. 2 of them going down when he could have probably saved them. But either way, Trust gets out of there. 7 workers killed. Trades go well with the army as well. 1,400 resources lost for the Terran player. 700 for our Protoss. And Trust puts himself in a great position here in Game 3 of this second series of the day for himself. Obviously, if he wins this, he goes 2-0 in the group. Has a good chance to make it out of the group. JJAKJI will be 0-1, with Patience and Maxed left to play, so we'll have to try and find a way to beat those guys if he wants to really bounce back and move through the group himself. Fear Depth's going to shade on forwards here from Trust. And we're looking to see what's going on. 6 SCVs going down. Sorry, we missed the Disruptor drop behind this. I didn't mention it, but we have seen the Robo Bay, which we mentioned. So Disruptor came out. He also invested into Gravitic Drive, so that Warp Prism now has Warp Prism speed. It means he's going to be very annoyed with the Disruptor play of the next few minutes here, looking for openings, looking for ways to get damage done, and just pick away at more and more workers, or units, or anything. Just trade effectively is sort of the goal here. 13 workers down, and JJAKJI is really struggling here to kind of find a way to fight this. We're going to see SCVs getting caught once again. Only a couple of them and a mule as well, though. And the thing is, the Disruptor stays alive, so for JJAKJI, this is just free trades. It's taking up some APM, but it is, you know, he's taking up some APM, but he's getting damage done with it, and that's the important thing. He's also distracting his opponent, making it difficult for JJAKJI to really think about doing anything. Because JJAKJI, every single moment, he has to worry about these Disruptors dropping in from different angles and how he's going to deal with that. And these two Disruptors coming over the left-hand side of this War Prism. Tanks are sieged up here, and they'll do a lot of damage, actually, onto the Disruptors. And one Disruptor goes down, Trust making a slight mistake there. As JJAKJI just pick up one kill, SCVs will repair the siege tank, as it did take some damage from the first Disruptor. But overall, I mean, 3 SCVs being killed, it's still good damage, and I still feel as though Trust is pushing himself further and further ahead. I'm a little bit worried in the sense that he is quite far behind in terms of his army supply. And especially if he's flying around with 2 Disruptors, it means he doesn't really have anything back at home. This Liberator looking for an opportunity to come on in here, but beyond that, I mean, even just as the game continues, looking for the chance to try, you know, if JJAKJI finds a chance to get across the map, he can put himself in a really good position, especially on Frozen Temple with some siege tanks. He can really siege up natural expansions from a distance. He can really push himself into favourable locations to work with and to work from as the game continues on. See this War Prism still moving around through the centre now. Just going to be sat here and waiting to see what's next. Liberator to the top right hand side, still just from JJAKJI, having a little bit of a peek around and seeing what's up and seeing what is happening. War Prism going to go towards the main base in a few moments as well. And it's going to be coming up the top side, going across there in towards the main. Third Nexus from Trust is minding away. He's got this saturated and he's in no trouble at all in terms of his current position. I love JJAKJI adding on a turret to just help to deflect that War Prism. The more he can deflect it, the better a position he is going to be in as time passes by. Trust still just building up at home. He's got that worker lead, but still lacking a little bit on the army. It's the economy which hasn't really transitioned into army just yet, but will very shortly as extra production and so on comes up with the mid-game setup that he's built for himself. So very soon here, Trust's going to really just explode in terms of army supply. You know, out of nowhere, he's all of a sudden going to be super far ahead, and it's going to be crazy. JJAKJI, if he wants to do something, has to do something soon. I mean, it's at that sort of point where he's set up to do something. Stim Pack, Combat Shields +1, all of those upgrades are coming into play, and those are the upgrades he needs to push across the map and to get some damage done. So let's see how it goes. Let's see if he will take advantage of it, as we do just see World Mortal being lifted and drop back down. Disruptor going to go over to the left hand side here, and just going to be looking for a way in. Salvage on the bunker. Marines, a couple of Marauders, and a couple of tanks continue to move forwards as well. You'll see a whole bunch of Adepts warping in out of Trust. It's a lot of Adepts trying to move forwards with here. The Sorg is going to blink to the side. Here we go. This is the engagement. Didn't think it would happen so suddenly, but it is going to happen. And you're going to see the Liberators getting taken down pretty quickly, but JJAKJI just has so much. You're going to see a Disruptor coming forwards. Nice little lift to avoid that. Alright, well, JJAKJI's first fight went pretty well for him. Trust has to back away, realizing that this isn't going, you know, well enough. Has to back away, has to pull back, has to get back to defending. So Trust is going to pull back now. Going to be seeing JJAKJI has to keep on pushing forwards, I think, at this point. And his Liberator count really allows him to do this through the center of the map. He has to. I mean, he can't just sit back and do nothing, because he is ahead on army supply and so far behind on economy. He doesn't have a third command center. He has no follow-up to this. So he has to keep going forwards, and he is going to move forwards once again now. Let's see what he can get done. Pushing on through. I mean, as he arrives across the map, Trust doesn't have much anti-air just yet. The War Prism is not going to be able to get the Disruptor out in any sort of useful location immediately. And his first couple of pilots are going to go down before they can really get set up to overcharge out as well. So already JJAKJI bullies his way into a nice little strong position to begin with. Maybe see a few years chasing them, chasing forwards, pushing the War Prism back. A few Adepts to the left hand side though, and that's going to start doing some damage here. So JJAKJI, he was behind on economy before, and now he's going to fall even further behind. As those Adepts commit in, they're going to start doing damage. Already 6 workers down. That's something else for JJAKJI to worry about at this point in the game. A point in the game where he doesn't want to worry about other things. He wants to focus on his attack. You can see now though, 20 army supply lead from Trust, and you can just recognize that economy difference coming into play. Trust has built so much more than JJAKJI in the last few moments as the Disruptor shot. It's pretty good actually. Gets a siege tank low, picks off a couple of Marauders as well, and allows now Trust to engage in just with a bit more of an advantage from the get-go. Still, the Liberator is going to be a bit of an issue. Doesn't have any real anti-air against this. Only 2 Stalkers, so that's his only anti-air. At the same time, oh no, he's got a whole bunch more stalkers. I didn't see them. Coming in from the left-hand side, the stalkers actually cleaned up, and JJAKJI knows he's lost too many workers at home earlier and just then as well. His economy is not in any real fit state to move on forwards.